Sports, exclusive home of the NHL, Premier League, Primetime's #1 show, Sunday Night Football, and Super Bowl 49.
The skyline of Denver, Colorado, where tonight, Sunday Night Football features the hometown Broncos hosting the San Francisco 49ers. Colin Kaepernick and the Niners have won 3 straight following a 1-2 start, while Wes Welker and the Broncos are 4-1, with their quarterback on the cusp of NFL history. Statistics only tell part of the story.
One of the best quarterbacks to ever play this game.
The rest is harder to quantify.
17 years later from starting his career, he's hungry to be the best.
Peyton Manning approaches another milestone.
Thomas with a touchdown, and there's the record. 500th touchdown pass of his career.
Tonight, he takes aim on the game's history, while a proud defense vies to disrupt what's become a familiar connection on Sunday Night Football. Gorgeous late afternoon in Denver. Temperatures in the low 70s still, and inside Sports Authority Field at Mile High, we welcome you to Football Night in America. Chris Collinsworth joins us. The 49ers against the Broncos is a matchup that has importance, but everybody is talking tonight about Peyton Manning.
You know, and he's such an interesting guy. Not only does he have a great sense of the history of the game, maybe in part because of his father and he grew up around it and all that, but he also has a way of creating history. And the history we might get a chance to see tonight, in my opinion, in football, is the biggest of the big. This is like the home run record in baseball. So a real air of excitement here tonight.
He's been averaging just about 3 touchdown passes per game as a Bronco. If he gets 3 tonight, he's got the mark.
But he doesn't always have to play against the 49ers defense.
An excellent point, which brings us to Michelle Tafoya, who's on the field with more on the 49ers defense that Peyton Manning will be facing tonight. Michelle.
Yeah, Bob, as you said, the talk has been all about Peyton Manning breaking Brett Favre's record, but consider this. Since Jim Harbaugh took over the 49ers in 2011, they have the best interconference record at 11-2, and they've only given up 3 touchdown passes in a game twice in their last 22 contests. But the Niners defense will be challenged tonight because they're missing some key players. All-pro linebacker Patrick Willis is out with a toe injury, and in the secondary, cornerback Chris Culliver is sidelined by shoulder and hamstring injuries, and nickelback Jimmy Ward will not play. He's got a quadriceps strain. However, they do get back cornerback Tremaine Brock. He'll start after missing the last 5 games with a toe injury. Meanwhile, the Niners offense is without Pro Bowl guard Mike Iupati due to a concussion, but tackle Anthony Davis returns after sitting out the last 2 games with a knee injury, Bob.
All right, Michelle, thanks. So that's this week's 49er update. The ongoing 49er story is here they have this dynamic and ultra-successful coach in Jim Harbaugh, and yet speculation about his future continues to swirl.
You know, sometimes franchises can get so successful. I think back to the Dallas Cowboys with Jimmy Johnson and Jerry and all the stuff that was going on that you take for granted winning. And this franchise needs to be very careful right now because they have it going. They have the coach. They have a very successful general manager. They have a young quarterback. They have a good young owner. It all fits right now. But to think that you're going to pull the head coach out of that equation and have it just continue to run in the same fashion, I think is a little bit arrogant. If I were the owner of this team, I would be doing everything I could at this moment in time to go, guys, I don't care what your differences are. We're fixing this. We're keeping this team together because it works.
Don't care if you go to dinner, but it's going to work here in this building.
Correctamundo.
All right. Josh Elliott is with us tonight. What do you got, Josh?
Good evening, Bob. Talking about Peyton Manning is many things, and he's certainly a man with options because after struggling with injuries his first 2 seasons in the league, Broncos tight end Julius Thomas last year became one of the NFL's breakout stars. Now, clearly, it certainly helps to be on the business end of the man throwing him passes. So as history looms for that man tonight, Thomas has emerged as one of Peyton Manning's biggest fans.
It speaks to how hard he's worked and what he's done in this game to be able to break so many records, so many monumental records. I'm just happy for him. You know, he works tirelessly every day, and you think, you're 17, you could probably take a couple reps off or kind of just say, I know what to do, but it's never that way for him.
We'll have much more from my conversation with Thomas coming up a bit later, including the reasons why he almost didn't become a football player at all. That is still to come. Time now, though, to head to Dan Patrick and company in the studio. Dan?
Josh, thank you. With Tony Dungy, Rodney Harrison, you coached Peyton for 7 years. What do you expect tonight?
Well, I was with him in 2004 when he was chasing the single-season touchdown pass record, and I promise you, Dan, he will not be focused on that record. He'll be focused on the San Francisco 49ers defense.
Well, he'll be focused on rookie linebacker Chris Borland because he's replacing Patrick Willis, so I guarantee you he'll be looking his way.
All right, what did we learn today?
Well, we learned Seattle Seahawks aren't invincible, that's for sure. They've got some chinks in the armor. They get some penalties. They're 3-3 right now, and they don't look like defending champs.
Well, the Carolina Panthers, they haven't looked good. Cam Newton looked like he's kind of hobbled. He's not 100%. That defense looks average, but they're still in first place. This is a crazy league, Dan.
We'll have the highlights coming up. Let us know what you think was the best of Week 7 using hashtag best of. Right now, here's the Sunday 7 top plays of the day, starting with Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson connection.
Play action, Rodgers back to throw, throws to Nelson right side, got it, 35, cutting it back 30, he's going to go all the way, 10-5, touchdown, Jordy Nelson.
Could throw pretty good protection, looking middle, now throwing left, what a catch, down to the far sideline, 15, 10-5, dives to the pylon, touchdown.
Matthew looking up that defense, he's got it, straight drop, looks right, throws, Enzo got a man, caught, touchdown, Detroit Lions, Corey Fuller.
Fires deep, far sideline, at the goal line, it is caught! Touchdown, Torrey Smith!
Wow, what an exclamation point that was!
Here's the snap, he's looking Watkins' way, waits, fires into the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown! Sammy Watkins, touchdown Buffalo! Unbelievable! 1 second left on the clock, 1 second left!
Boy takes the snap. Looking, fires, caught, Garcon, breaks a tackle up to 40, 45-50, up the left sideline, 40, 35-30, he's going to go all the way!
It's picked up right side by Stedman Bailey, who's in the clear at the 50, at the 40, at the 30, at the 20, touchdown St. Louis Rams, what a play!
That's the Sunday 7, back with more on Football Night in America right after this.
A rebel's race on the road to riches. Man plus machine equals the American dream. The Formula One United States Grand Prix, Sunday, November 2nd on NBC. Coverage presented by Mobil One.
I loved my Honda Civic, but the time came for a new car. So I looked around, decided to leave my Honda for a new Honda. The Accord, Civic, and CR-V all have EcoAssist, plus an Econ button for better fuel efficiency. Driving a Honda can save you a lot of money over time and fuel costs, so I got a personal trainer. Oh!
No churros!
Don't want the churros!
Start something special with a fuel-efficient Accord, Civic, or CR-V from Honda, KBB.com's most trusted brand. At your Honda dealer.
Want to get in on something special at Bob Evans? Dig into all-you-can-eat hotcakes. Wave after wave of fluffy buttermilk hotcakes. Keep them coming. Wow, all for just $4.99 for a limited time. Bob Evans, get in on something good.
All new. 2 words you hear a lot in this industry. 2 words we seem to accept without actual proof. But in the case of Chrysler 200, new is actually happening. Like getting better highway fuel economy than Camry and Fusion, and outshining them in safety. Come see for yourself before the deals are gone at the Chrysler Great American Drive event. Purchase and get 2.9% financing for 84 months, plus $500 bonus cash on the 2015 Chrysler 200 Limited.
Allison Grimes just got caught lying about coal again. Her latest ad, 4 Pinocchios. The Kentucky Coal Association said Grimes' attacks are unfair and untrue. When it comes to coal, she's got a lot to hide. Grimes backed Obama's re-election after he declared war on Kentucky coal. Grimes' campaign, bankrolled by Obama's anti-coal money men. Allison Grimes, a vote for Obama, a vote against coal. Kentuckians for Strong Leadership is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's Rocktober at #1 Jake Sweeney Chevrolet, Tri-County, with rock-bottom prices on over 700 new Chevys, like Silverado, up to $10,000 off. Now that's a Jake Sweeney Chevrolet Rocktober.
JakeSweeney.com.
We're behind the scenes of The Blacklist, Monday at 11.
I got it now.
I've got the whole league.
I've
I've got the world's biggest NFL video library personalized just for me, with highlights of my favorite players.
Breaking news, fantasy predictions.
It's everything I want, from Marcus Allen
to Keenan Allen.
And it goes with me from this screen to that screen.
NFL Now. Download it today.
Back on Football Night in America, we begin the Week 7 highlights. Titans in Washington. Kirk Cousins, after losing a fumble earlier in the half, gets picked off by Wesley Woodyard. Tennessee led 10-6 at halftime. Kirk Cousins benched at halftime. Say hello to Colt McCoy, fifth-year pro out of Texas. Here's his first pass.
His first one?
Yeah, it's Pierre Garçon, and he's gone. 13-10 Washington, 70 yards. Fourth quarter, Titans down 6. Charlie Whitehurst, Derek Hagan, 17-16 Tennessee. Under a minute to go. McCoy looking for Deshaun Jackson. Jason McCourty called for interference. And with 3 seconds to go, Kai Forbath for the win. 19-17, and Cole says, hug me. He gets the win. Washington now 2-5, snapping a 4-game losing streak. Tennessee falls to 2-5 on the season. Cousins, 10 turnovers the last 4 games. Jay Gruden spoke about benching Cousins after the game.
You know, I don't know what the problems are right now. Just a bad throw, bad situation, and I just thought Colt has earned the right to get an opportunity if, you know, Kirk struggled in the first half turning the ball over.
Have you made a decision on who will start the next game?
No, not yet, no. But it's a good sign the way Colt finished the game, ran the offense, very smart, very efficient, did some good things.
I might as well overreact. Do we have a quarterback controversy in Washington?
Well, you do. When the coach says, I haven't made a decision who should start, he doesn't even know. Colt McCoy, though, he did come in and he gave him a spark, and that's what he does. He can move around, he makes things happen, but he took care of the ball today.
Well, they have some playmakers. They need someone to get the ball to the playmakers. Coach, he played one half of football. Great. Let's control our expectations a little bit, but I do believe that he deserves to start next week.
Yeah, because we were saying great things about Kirk Cousins about a month ago.
Yeah, well, he was 11 for 12 in the second half. More importantly, no turnovers there.
That's the key right there.
They're in Dallas coming up next Monday night. We go back to Bob Costas in Denver. Bob?
All right, Dan, Chris, and Hines are here. Another early game of note. The St. Louis Rams beat the Seahawks 28-26, pulled out all the stops, trick plays, and everything. The Seahawks are 3-3, and one of the 3 wins was an overtime win at home against these Denver Broncos. These are not the Super Bowl winning Seahawks of this past February, at least not yet.
No, it's not easy defending the title because you're getting everyone's best shot. And you have to prepare week in and week out and match everyone's intensity. And also, when you're playing against teams that aren't playing for anything, you have to prepare for everything because now you're starting to see fake punts and even fakes on the punt return team. So you have to prepare for all those things, and that's what makes it so difficult.
You were on 2 Super Bowl winning teams, and neither one even made the playoffs the next year.
Yeah, and it was difficult because it was easy to get up for the teams that you were, you know, the Baltimore Ravens, the Denver Broncos, but it made it difficult to get up for teams that were really wasn't having a successful year.
I thought you were talking to me for a second. I got so excited there. I was like, I didn't remember that part of it. You know, but I wonder, are we starting to see fissures now in this locker room because we got the Percy Harvin deal coming down, Golden Tate last year, you get things with Doug Baldwin, all wide receivers, I should say, by the way. But is it possible now that success is tearing this team apart more so than what they were when they were trying to get there?
And sometimes when you mess with the chemistry of the team, it can throw a whole team off. And losing a guy like Tate and Percy Harvin can affect the guys in the locker room.
And sometimes paying an outside guy when you just won a championship can create a little stuff too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little stuff.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Now, this is very important because you're kind of involved. Coming up tonight on NBC SN, it's the NBC Sunday Sports Report from NASCAR to Notre Dame to the NHL with members of the Football Night in America team bringing you all the latest from the game tonight and more.
He's definitely a matchup problem for defenses. Our defense just won the night for us.
We made some plays situation in the red zone, was able to score some touchdowns.
Continue to stay disciplined and finding throws for Tony. It wasn't us, and we knew that.
It was fun to watch our defense go out there and give a big 0 for the scoreboard.
The NBC Sunday Sports Report tonight at 11:30 Eastern on NBCSN. Also, don't miss a moment of Sunday Night Football all season long. Take the game with you anywhere with NBC Sports Live Extra, and you can go behind the scenes to see exclusive content from Football Night in America and follow the conversation on NBCSports.com/SNF. All access. Up next, more highlights from Week 7 as Football Night in America continues.
Damned a girl to hell. Help us, save your sorry soul.
Constantine premieres this Friday at 10/9 Central after the premiere of Grimm here on NBC.
How would you handle Dodge Dart for Big Finish?
What's your big idea, Rollins?
Well, folks, I loved everything we've done so far. I mean, donuts, spin and smoke action, flaming loops. There's only one way to top all that. Zero. I'm talking nothing, nada, big goose egg. 0% for 72 months, all 2014 models. Boom. That's crazy. Or we could just give away free money.
Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2014 Dodge Dart SXT for $221 a month with $221 due at signing.
This sandwich is two things in one. On the outside, a sweet, fluffy King's Hawaiian bun. On the inside is savory brisket from Texas, smoked with hickory wood for at least 13 hours. Hawaii and Texas, sweet and savory. Mahalo, y'all. Aloha, cowboy. Arby's, we have the meat.
One by one, when you call or go online to donate your vehicle to Goodwill, when you hand the keys of your car to Goodwill, that simple act makes a real difference in the lives of people with disabilities and homeless veterans. You help them train for work and earn a paycheck, one vehicle at a time. It only takes 20 minutes with a free tow, and we handle all the paperwork. One vehicle. Your vehicle can make a difference. Please donate today.
There's a Toyota RAV4 for this. There's a RAV4 for that. And there's a RAV4 that goes here. For everything you do, RAV4 is a perfect fit. It's the one vehicle that's there for you wherever you want to go. Now through November 3rd, get 0.9 financing on the last of the 2014 RAV4s, or a $179 a month lease with no cost maintenance included. Find the Toyota that fits you right now. Toyota, let's go places.
Cincinnati's WLWT, leading the way at 11.
Thousands of people have already shared their stories at TogetherWeMakeFootball.com.
Why do I love football? Oh my gosh.
Football was always there.
Football is my life. I'm named after Peyton Manning.
One individual and one group will win the trip of a lifetime to Super Bowl 49.
Did I win?
Time is running out. Share your story by tonight at TogetherWeMakeFootball.com.
Welcome along, everyone. I'm Rebecca Lowe. Let's catch you up on the most pulsating of Premier League weekends. Manchester City won their third straight match, 4-1 over Tottenham, thanks to 4 goals from Sergio Aguero. Southampton scored double that, putting 8 past Sunderland for their largest win in 93 years. Elsewhere, league leaders Chelsea beat Palace to stay unbeaten. Newcastle got their first win of the season, and Liverpool edged QPR in a match that featured 4 goals in the final 8 minutes. Dan, back to you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Tony's been working on his Rebecca impersonation. Let me hear it. Pulsating. In Denver, the Broncos 3-0 at home this season tonight. They host the 49ers on Sunday Night Football as we welcome you back inside Studio One and back to the Week 7 highlights. And we go to Jacksonville, where the Jags hosted Cleveland, one of 3 teams to score at least 21 points in every game this season. Depending how old you are, they are your dad's Browns. Brian Hoyer looking to lead Cleveland to its best start since 2001. This is not the way to do it. Jags down 6-0. Blake Bortles to the fellow rookie Allen Robinson. The pirouette, he's in. 7-6 Jaguars. Second half, Hoyer fumbles. Paul Posluszny will scoop it up. And
got to finish the play.
He's got himself a convoy. Yes. This will lead to a Jacksonville field goal. Browns back to receive. Jordan Poyer.
Oh, that looks like the old Browns.
2 turnovers in their first 5 games. 3 turnovers today for Cleveland. Denard Robinson makes them pay 17-6 Jaguars. Browns down 11. Less than 6 minutes to go. Hoyer picked off by Telvin Smith. No. This is the first time the Jags score more than 17 in a game this year. Woo!
I just felt like we talk about we're after victory, being our best, and I think that's what our guys feel in the locker room. We achieved victory. We were at our best for consistently. Now, we had some mistakes, but they felt like it does work. If we just do that, it gives us an opportunity. So great lessons.
He's got passion.
Yes.
Buffalo hosting Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater talking to the Hall of Famer Jim Kelly.
Listen to him.
Buffalo lost some key players. Here's Fred Jackson. He was done for the day. He injured his groin. Second quarter, Vikings down 7-3. And it's Bridgewater to Cordero Patterson. Bridgewater's first career touchdown toss. More bad news for the Bills' backfield. C.J. Spiller, after breaking off a long run, breaks his collarbone. Mike Florio will have more on Spiller and Jackson coming up. To the fourth quarter, less than 30 seconds to go. Kyle Orton time. Chris Hogan down to the 2-yard line. They're down 6. 1 second to go. Orton, Sammy Watkins. The Bills are now 4-3.
How do you not cover him?
You get a close thing like this, you could, I told him, I said, I'm going to be on the coaches. It starts with me. I'm on myself. I'm going to be on the coaches, and the coaches are going to be on them. Enjoy it because it's the NFL and it's hard to win. And then let's get our butts back and let's get our butts to work.
Okay, Coach. Baltimore hosting Atlanta. Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, taking 15 picks apart in the first round of the 2008 draft. Flacco to Owen Daniels. Owen. 7-0 Ravens. Second quarter, Flacco to Torrey Smith. Flacco threw for 258, 2 touchdowns down the 1-yard line. Then it's Bernard, don't call me Wendell Pierce, punching it in. It's 14-0 Baltimore. Falcons down 20-0. And Roddy White now has the most touchdown catches in franchise history, 58. Less than 4 minutes to go. Falcons trying to come back, but it's a safety. T. Suggs doing the honors. Ravens now 5-2 in first place in the AFC North.
That's going to cost them throwing the ball in the stands.
I know every man in that room and every coach in that room will work their off this week to get prepared and play the football team that we're fixing to play, and that's the Detroit Lions. I have no doubt what the makeup of the football players and the coaches and the organization that we have in Atlanta.
Suggs threw the ball into the stands, Rodney, so you get fined if you throw it in. But if you just hand it off?
If you toss it in, what is it? Back when I played, maybe $50, but if you throw it in, I think it's like $1,000.
He knows about fines, too.
Right. How good is Baltimore?
They're pretty good, actually. And Joe Flacco has gotten used to his new weapons, Steve Smith and some of those guys. But what I like is their defense is starting to play like they did in their Super Bowl year. When these guys get pressure, Nada and Suggs and those guys, they're awesome.
Well, Steve Smith, he's been great this year, Coach, but you can't forget about Torrey Smith because he can stretch the defense. I thought Flacco did a great job today of utilizing those tight ends, and Justin Forsett, he's been really good with that change of pace in the run game.
Baltimore at Cincinnati coming up next week. Cleveland's bubble burst.
Well, that's what you're afraid of when you have a young team and they've had success. You're afraid of them starting to read the papers, starting to believe the hype. This team, they're not good enough to just show up. They have to play hard. They have to play smart. They can't make the mistakes, Dan, they made today.
And it wasn't just Brian Hoyer today. Yeah. We saw some of that tackling on the highlights.
Peter King is on assignment. That means Mike Florio has the stage to himself. Mike?
Well, Dan, former Ravens running back Ray Rice continues to be indefinitely suspended by the NFL, and an appeal hearing is tentatively set for early November. But there's a dispute over whether or not Commissioner Roger Goodell will testify at that appeal hearing. The NFL Players Association believes that he should. The NFL is resisting, and I'm told that former federal judge Barbara S. Jones, who's been appointed to handle the appeal, will make a decision this week on whether or not Commissioner Goodell will be required to testify on those Bills injuries Dan mentioned earlier. First, running back Fred Jackson does have a groin injury, have an MRI on Monday, and I'm told that C.J. Spiller is going to have surgery tomorrow to repair that broken collarbone, and he is done for the year. Dan?
All right, more from Mike coming up. Back to the highlights. The Bears 0-2 at home this season, hosting the Dolphins, and that meant Brandon Marshall against his former team. Traded him away in March of 2012. Dolphins open up the scoring. Ryan Tannehill to Charles Clay, fourth-year pro out of Tulsa, 7-0 Miami. And then Jay Cutler looking for Martellus Bennett, Tony.
Yes, and he's zeroed in on Bennett. He sees the inside technique. At the last minute, he sees the corner, and he tries to hold up, ends up overthrowing it.
Cutler heads to the sidelines, dejected. Ensuing drive for Miami. Tannehill to Mike Wallace. 14-0 Miami in Chicago. Chicago's opening drive, second half. Matt Forte. Great grab.
You got to get him the ball more, Dan.
14-7 Miami. Late in the third, Miami going for it on fourth down. Tannehill, the former wide receiver, for 30 yards. 2 plays later, Lamar Miller, third straight game with a rushing touchdown. 21-7 Miami. Dolphins go on to win it 27-14. Chicago's troubles continue. Bears one of 3 teams not to win a home game this year. Oakland and Tampa Bay. You don't want to be in that company. Bears 3 turnovers today, 13 on the season. And we turn it over to Brandon Marshall.
We're 3-4. We need to play better. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Shouldn't have lost today. Shouldn't be 3-4. Offense got to play better. It's as simple as that. We're 3-4. We're 3-4. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. 3-4 is unacceptable. You want me to say it again? 3-4 is unacceptable.
That's 7 unacceptables by Brandon Marshall. Ear witnesses said it was ugly in the locker room after the game. We bring back Mike Florio. Mike.
Yeah, Dan, that's what we saw on camera. Behind closed doors, Brandon Marshall was loud. He was livid. There's a report that he specifically called out quarterback Jay Cutler. I'm told he called out everybody, and he specifically called his teammates out for lacking the heart necessary to win in the NFL. They're now 0-3 at home, which I assume he also would say is.
Well, I guess good news, they're on the road next week. They go to New England. All right, what's wrong with the Bears defense?
Well, yeah, we need to start there. Brandon Marshall talked about the offense, but the defense has not been very good. They weren't great against the run. In all the first half, Rodney, this zone was just wide open. Ryan Tannehill only missed 1 pass in the first half. Guys were running wide open all day.
Well, they made some of the same mistakes that they were making earlier in the season, but they made Tannehill look like he was Jim Brown. Look at this guy in the open field. I know he's a good athlete, but a lot of missed tackles, and they have to get Matt Forte the ball more. I mean, he's a great player.
But we say that each week, though.
Well, that's how you can help your defense, by running the football.
The same thing Dallas did.
We're
For 2 years, you kept saying, you know, give it to DeMarco Murray. We'll have those highlights coming up. Giants and the Cowboys. 49ers, Broncos tonight, Sunday Night Football. Josh Elliott will talk with Julius Thomas as Football Night in America continues.
Tuesday after The Voice, it's the night's #1 hour of comedy. Starting with Marry Me, the fall's most buzzed about new comedy.
All right, no freak out.
The critics' #1 pick, 4 out of 4 stars. You can bet your life I'll be watching.
Do you know CPR? I've been the recipient of CPR.
She's a terrible swimmer.
I've been pronounced dead on several occasions.
Then, The Boy is back.
He just cut himself last week on a plastic spork.
I had no business handling it.
About a Boy. After Marry Me, Tuesday here on NBC.
Pumpkin's back.
Pumpkin is back at Dunkin' Donuts. Enjoy all your pumpkin-y favorites like the new Pumpkin Creme Brulee Latte. America runs on Dunkin'.
If you're tired of waiting during rush hour traffic, how about waiting in line at one of those not-so-fast food places? And those specialty coffee shops? Their idea of the right blend doesn't always match yours. At Speedway, we know that nobody makes your perfect cup of coffee quite like you do. That's why you make your coffee your way at Speedway. Mix blends, add flavors, and top it off just the way you like it. And now, backed by popular demand, our 100% Brazilian coffee is just 99 cents.
The convenience stores of Speedway.
To the people of the coffee drinking world, the time has come to put down the dark roast you've been putting up with and reach for the one you deserve. Dunkin' Donuts Dark Roast is here. Bold start, smooth finish, never bitter. America runs on Dunkin'.
News 5 Today, weekdays before the Today Show.
I've got it now. I've got the whole league.
I've got the world's biggest NFL video library, personalized just for me, with highlights of my favorite players.
Breaking news, fantasy predictions.
It's everything I want, from Marcus Allen
to Keenan Allen.
And it goes with me from this screen to that screen.
This is the screen. I got it now. Your own screen. Download it now.
NFL Now. Download it today.
Brad Evans here with tonight's Fearless Fantasy Forecast. Frank Gore is starting to show his age. This year, he's gained just under half of his yards after contact. Against a Denver D giving up a mere 2.9 yards per carry, I expect Gore the Snore to make a cameo. Bank on 47 total yards and no TDs. For more Fearless Fantasy advice, check out yahoosports.com.
This is Football Night in America, presented by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side.
And there is Broncos tight end Julius Thomas, whose path to NFL stardom wasn't as direct as one might have imagined. Thomas played football, but as a young boy. A big growth spurt in high school, however, led to painful back problems. Doctors recommended he stop playing the game altogether. So instead, he focuses on basketball. In fact, played 4 years at Portland State. It was only after that career ended, and with one final year of NCAA eligibility remaining, that he returned to the game that he loved. And earlier this week, I asked him if he'd regretted leaving that game as a kid.
In high school, I really didn't. Guys would say, hey, Julius, obviously a lot of my friends in school would say, come on, man, come play football. And I'm like, man, I'm focused on basketball. My goal was to get a college scholarship, and it was real close. And I thought, I need to invest all my time in this.
6 on the shot clock. Julius Thomas takes it. 15 points for Julius Thomas.
But when I got to college and I'd reached that goal, the first thing that came to my mind was, man, you never gave football a shot. So I went and asked the football coaches if, they wouldn't mind a 6'4" wide receiver. And they said, of course, we don't really turn those down. But basketball coaches aren't really thrilled with their forwards running around on the football field, so it had to wait.
Jump hook up and in. Julius Thomas, boy, he has been tough on the low block tonight.
Being probably the smallest power forward in Division I basketball, I think that kind of gave me that work ethic. Every night you're going up against a guy that's 6'9", 6'10", and going into it, hey, this guy is 5 inches taller than me. How am I going to find a way to have success tonight? And it was always, you got to outwork him. You got to find a way to do more. And being able to translate that to football has helped a lot because, now I'm like the prototype size.
Now you're the mismatch.
Yeah, now I'm the mismatch, and then you take that work ethic that you learned and you developed when you were the undersized guy, and you put them together, and then it really allows good things to happen.
And Manning will throw wide open to Julius Thomas for the touchdown.
This guy is a monster.
Caught! Touchdown! In the end zone! Touchdown, Julius Thomas!
9 touchdowns through 5 games. That has you on pace for 29 touchdown catches.
That 29 touchdown pace is a long time away. But to be in this position now, being able to do things to help out my team is just a blessing for me. They're doing all they can to put me in a position to score. And, I probably got the easy part. I just got to go out there and try to find a way to catch a football.
Okay, Hines, no question Julius Thomas is among the best tight ends in the league. Your assessment?
Bob, Julius Thomas is the best tight end that Peyton Manning has ever played with.
Well, there will now be a pause while all the Dallas Clark fans begin to tweet their disagreement.
Well, no disrespect to Dallas Clark, but this is basically a wide receiver playing the tight end's position. And with LeVar Bowman and Patrick Willis being out, the 49ers really have to double team this guy, especially down in the red zone, because they don't have anyone on their roster to cover him in one-on-one. And the only knock that I can see on Julius Thomas is that he needs to improve on his blocking skills because he can't block anyone to save his life.
This coming from a guy who, even if he wasn't in the pattern, just liked to knock a guy on his tail for the heck of it, right?
Well, Bob, it's football. You got to get a little dirty. It's not all about the touchdowns.
All right. It's the 49ers and the Broncos tonight on Sunday Night Football, but you knew that.
Now it's time for the Performance Playbook, presented by the Nissan Altima.
Fast, Mr. 400.
A classic performer, accelerating to the head of the class.
Peyton Manning's 500th touchdown pass.
The next generation, fast approaching elite status.
You don't realize how fast he is.
Dynamic.
TD pass number 506.
And record-breaking on Sunday Night Football. Football Night in America is brought to you by Microsoft Surface, the official tablet of the NFL. By Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. By DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. And by U.S. Bank, all of us serving you. Member FDIC.
Nissan Rogue with Safety Shield technologies. The only thing left to fear is your imagination. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Sweet, spicy, savory. Red Lobster's endless shrimp and soon. The year's largest variety, like new spicy sriracha shrimp or Parmesan shrimp scampi. As much as you like, any way you like, but it won't last long. So hurry in today and see food differently.
Great seeing you.
This is awesome. This is too good. Hello?
I really like your hat.
Thanks.
Can I buy it?
Not for sale.
Name your price.
With Pay a Person from U.S. Bank, pay anyone, anywhere, instantly with just their mobile number.
Deal.
It's just one of the ways the U.S. Bank mobile app lets you take care of business and get on with the game.
I got this.
Let's go.
50 Omaha, set hot. Right there, nice. Losing feeling in my toes. Nothing beats that new car smell. Chicken parm, you taste so good.
Nationwide is on your side.
With the sweetness of a king's Hawaiian bun and the savoriness of 13-hour smoked Texas-style brisket, there's only one thing you can say. Aloha, cowboy. Arby's, we have the meats.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV.
And I'm super creepy Rob Lowe, and I have cable.
With DirecTV, you get 99% signal reliability. Now that's reliable.
My cable's out, so I'm down at the rec center watching folks swim.
I love that I can watch my shows and be worry-free.
And I love the smell of other people's hair.
Don't be like this me. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
During the Peyton Manning era in Denver, dating back to 2012, the Broncos' regular season record, 30-7. That's the best record in the NFL over that time period. Tonight, they look to get another win against the 49ers. We go back to the highlights of the DirecTV game mix. You can watch 8 games at once. Select any game, watch it full screen. Get every game every Sunday only with DirecTV. Already, we showed you the Dolphins topping the Bears in Chicago. Ryan Tannehill throwing for 2 touchdowns, including that one to Charles Clay. Meanwhile, in Detroit, Sean Payton and the Saints in town to face off against Jim Caldwell and the Lions. This was a rematch of the coaches who faced off in the Saints win over the Colts in Super Bowl 44, Tony.
Yes, it was.
Here's Matthew Stafford, 23-10 New Orleans. In the fourth quarter with 4 minutes to go, and he hooks up with Golden Tate. It's 23-17 New Orleans. And then Drew Brees, next possession. 3rd and 9. Under pressure, and Glover Quinn steps in and takes it 23 yards.
2 weeks in a row with big interception.
4th and 5. Here's Stafford looking for Reggie Bush, but it's Bush on Bush crime. Raphael Bush called for the penalty.
And that was a good call.
3rd and goal, and Stafford to the first-year pro, Corey Fuller. 24-23 Detroit. Last chance for the Saints. Breeze to Robert Meacham, incomplete. The Saints have lost 7 consecutive regular season road games. They'll be at home next Sunday night here on NBC as they host Green Bay. Detroit overcoming a 13-point fourth quarter deficit. No surprise to head coach Jim Caldwell.
I just know this particular group is, there's a lot of veteran leadership in each and every room that we have, and I think that's key. And I think that keeps showing up every single week. You know, it's huge. You should hear them on the sideline. They talk to one another. They encourage one another. It's a tight family of guys. They hold each other accountable, and, you know, and they're just not going to give up. And I think that's admirable.
I mentioned the Saints will host the Packers next Sunday night. Packers hosting Cam Newton, Aaron Rodgers and company. Here's your opening drive, and it looks a little too easy here, Tony. Rodgers to Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, the corner lets him off the line of scrimmage easily, Rodney.
Yeah, but if you look at safety Roman Harper, this should be a 25-yard completion. You can't give this up for a touchdown.
7-0 Green Bay. And then pounding it, James Starks. Panthers allowed 21 first-quarter points. Second quarter, it's Rodgers to Randall Cobb.
That's how you run the pick play, Dan.
And that's a Cobb salad. And what do you want on your Cobb? Ketchup. Somebody spilled ketchup all over his uniform. Panthers unable to do much all day. Newton picked off by Casey Hayward. He was also sacked 3 times on the day. Strange moment here. Luke Kuechly fighting off the official. Hold off the pile. He got ejected.
He's frustrated.
Panthers allowed 37 or more points for the 4th time this season. They didn't allow more than 31 points in any game all of last season. Rodgers, 18 touchdowns, 1 pick this season. 13 touchdowns, no interceptions during the 4-game winning streak. After the game, he referred back to his MVP season of 2011.
I hope I'm better. I mean, I'm had a lot of experience since then. Been through a lot of games, tough games, wins, losses, solid performances, poor performances. So, you got to learn from everything. And there's stretches in that season where I was playing really, really well. And we're kind of in a stretch right now where we're playing pretty well.
Time now to simplify the game, presented by Microsoft Surface. Got the clicker there, Coach. What are you going to dissect?
Well, in the highlights, you saw Jordy Nelson score a touchdown against cover 2. We're going to look at the same coverage, and this time Jordy's going to be in the slot. He's going to help his buddy Davante Adams get a touchdown. He's going to clear the middle out. They're going to bring Davante Adams underneath, and this is a pretty simple read for Aaron Rodgers, Rodney.
Yeah, he's reading this linebacker right here, Luke Kuechly. If he follows this receiver up the seam, then this wide open area right there in the middle of the field, it's open.
You're right. Big hole for Adams. He catches the ball, turns it up, no one there. The Packers knew how to attack this cover 2 today.
It is called simplify the game. That's pretty simple there.
Simple as you can make it.
The Lions last year probably wouldn't have won that game today. What's the difference this year to last year?
Well, Coach Caldwell, he talked about veteran leadership, and on the offensive side of the ball, they don't have Calvin Johnson, but Golden Tate, he's been excellent. He had 10 receptions today. And on the defensive side of the ball, a guy that stabilized that secondary, Glover Quinn, he had an interception last week and a big one today.
Yep, Lions over the Saints. Saints will be at home next Sunday night here on NBC. They host the Packers. It's the 49ers and Broncos Sunday night football. Kickoff is just ahead.
Simplify the game, presented by Microsoft Surface.
Never-ending pasta bowls starting at $9.99. Endless bowls of pasta with new sauces like roasted mushroom Alfredo and toppings like crispy chicken Frita. Never-ending pasta bowl, unlimited pasta, garden salad, and fresh-baked breadsticks starting at $9.99. Only at Olive Garden.
When we say the all-new Chrysler 200 is all new, we mean it. We used the latest tools and built a new state-of-the-art manufacturing plant. We gave it new smart technology. We challenge conventional thinking with a more intuitive design. And we set new expectations of what an American sedan can be. The all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
Call all troublemakers for danger, risk, and potential fugitive status. Obedience will be discouraged.
Impatience rewarded. Impossible odds, inevitable.
Hostility, probable.
Anonymity, unlikely.
Call all those who follow their instincts, because when we're at our most primal, we are forever faster.
So right now, if you get the 15 gig plan, we'll double the data and make it 30 gigs for the same price.
30 gigs? Wow, that's a lot. You don't have to do that for me.
Oh, that's okay.
No, seriously, I wouldn't want you to get in trouble.
It's the same plan for everyone. Families, businesses, whoever.
Right. No celebrity treatment here.
Really isn't any celebrity treatment.
Just a normal guy
Getting a great deal.
We're just saying it loudly for some reason.
Now get 30 gigs of data to share with family or your business, starting at $160 a month.
Yeah, girl. You know, I've been thinking about us. And, I just can't fight it anymore. It's bundle time. Feel those savings, baby.
And that's how a home and auto bundle is made. Better he learns it here than on the streets.
The miracle of bundling. Now that's progressive.
At Chili's, fresh is now. Kraft burgers, fresh ingredients. Made to order when you order. So you can devour it right about now. The new sweet and smoky burger at the new Chili's, where fresh is happening now.
He's no stranger to the record books. But now he approaches another milestone, a record that's been held previously by a collection of legends. Peyton Manning aims to become the new career touchdown pass king on Sunday Night Football. And we rejoin you now from Denver. Peyton Manning has thrown 15 touchdown passes. Julius Thomas has caught 9 of them so far this season. Now, new acquisition Emmanuel Sanders hasn't caught a single touchdown pass from Manning. But Sanders is the leading Bronco in terms of catches overall with 35. And tonight, he'll be looking to join the scoring party as his quarterback chases the all-time touchdown pass record. Now, for all the NFL news all week long, the place to go is Pro Football Talk on NBCSN with Mike Florio and Chris Collinsworth, headlining an all-pro roster.
Percy Harvin had quickly become, how do we put this delicately, a pain in the butt.
He has to realize the ball has got to go. You can't run away from the rush.
Because you're not going to match up with Wes Welker and Julius Thomas.
And try to twist a man's ankle out there. You got all these cameras around. You're going to get caught.
And right now at Pro Football Talk at NBSports.com, Mike Florio has the latest on Percy Harvin's departure from Seattle. NBCSN, as you also may know, is the home of the Dan Patrick Show and various other things, and we're not sure where we are, except we are pretty sure that Dan is in the studio, and so he should take it away now with more highlights. Won't you do that, please, Dan? Thank you.
I will, Bob. Thank you. Cincinnati and Indianapolis, Andy Dalton, Andrew Luck went to high school just 15 miles apart. They were miles apart in performance today. Long day for Dalton and Giovanni Bernardo.
Oh, my goodness.
Vontae Davis. And then Bernard, this is 2 plays later.
Oh.
Mike Adams gets him. Last
play. They didn't play like that for you, Coach.
First half, Dalton sacked. Bengals had 8 straight drives without a first down.
Wow.
Luck, third quarter to Dwayne Allen. It could have been Dwayne Wade. Allen, great grab, and he's gone. Allen, touchdowns in 4 of his last 5 games. Early fourth quarter, Luck to Ahmad Bradshaw. Initially called down at the 1. The Colts would challenge. Bradshaw's arm.
Yep, never hit the ground.
Yeah, crosses the plane. 24-0 Indy. Chuck Pagano celebrates the Colts' 5th consecutive win. Bengals have allowed 107 points in their last 3 games. As a result, 0-2-1. Colts' first shutout since 2008. Marvin Lewis on the loss.
Well, it's not a rallying cry you need. What you need is an execution. You need to go out and execute. You know, either we jump up and down and beat your head against the wall is not going to help us make a first down or stop a third down.
We're just starting to get a glimpse of what we envision. You know, we got together a couple years ago what we wanted to build here, and it looks like that monster, starting to rear its head a little bit. So we just got to stay humble and keep working to get better.
Sounds like Billy Bob Thornton and Sling Blade. Seattle and St. Louis, and no Percy Harvin. And you know what? This defied logic here. Tavon Austin, you'll see him at the bottom of the screen.
It fakes everybody out. The whole coverage team is over there thinking Tavon's getting the ball.
But Stedman Bailey up there is the one who gets it.
And the rest is easy.
90 yards. 3rd longest punt return touchdown in franchise history. 4th quarter, Seahawks coming back. Wilson to Cooper. Helfett. 21-19 St. Louis. Helfet keeps his toes in bounds. Next drive, Austin Davis to Lance Kendricks. 28-19, St. Louis. After a Seahawks touchdown cut the lead to 2, and it's a fake.
A fake.
Love it.
Under 3 minutes to go. Johnny Hekker to Benny Cunningham, first down. Hekker 4 for 5 in his career as a passer. Trey Mason 3 plays later, 3rd and 1. They gave him a first down. They gave him the recovery. The league said there was no video evidence to the contrary.
That was the wrong call.
The call stands. Well,
Who came up with the ball?
On the field. Seattle got it. They missed it on the field.
That's crazy.
That's what Pete Carroll's saying. Wait a minute. Wait. They couldn't challenge it because it's under 2 minutes, and the refs did not review the play.
Oh, man.
Seahawks have lost back-to-back games. Rams' first home win of the season. Only the 3rd Rams win versus the Seahawks in the last 19 meetings. Here's Pete Carroll.
Really some unbelievably cool things they were able to do in special teams and made a big difference in this game. But once we got going, we roared back in the football game and just didn't get it finished.
It's nobody's business. You know, locker room's our locker room. And we keep everything in-house and everything. You know, he fought hard for us. You know, he played great football in terms of just battling every day, you know. And so, like I said, I wish nothing but the best for Percy.
We love the guys at the position. We have a lot of depth at receiver. We thought we could pick up. And I don't know if you ever replaced a special player like that totally, but it was the right thing for our team. We needed to do that.
Before we look at Seattle as a team, let me bring back Mike Florio. First game without Percy Harvin. For more on that, Mike, what do you have?
Well, Dan, as stunning as it was that the Seahawks traded Percy Harvin, it was just as surprising that the Jets decided to give him what amounts to a 3rd chance. And some in the league, along with coaches who have known Percy Harvin for a long time, believe that his temperament, his belligerence, and his fighting with teammates makes him unfit to even play in the NFL. So if these things continue, it'd be a surprise if he stays very long with the Jets, and it would be a surprise if someone out there would give him what would then be his 4th chance. Dan?
All right, Mike. And amazing, considering what the Vikings got in return from Seattle. So they're 3-3. Are they what their record says they are, an average team?
Well, they're not an average team, but we're seeing some chinks in the armor in that defense, and that used to be their calling card, but they've given up 100 yards now 2 weeks in a row, and Austin Davis, a rookie quarterback, only had 3 incompletions today, Rod.
Yeah, they're not controlling the line of scrimmage, but I'm looking at them from a personality standpoint, Coach. They have to get back to that cockiness that they had. They're trying to be too perfect. They need to just relax and start having fun and go back to the fundamentals. Just have fun out there.
Seattle on the road against Carolina coming up next weekend. Time now for Who Do You Love, Tony, brought to you by McDonald's.
Well, in Indianapolis, there's a lot of love for Andrew Luck, but I'll tell you, Chuck Pagano, we heard him. He's loving his defense. They played physical today. They rock people. Shutouts are not easy to get in the National Football League. They were all over the Cincinnati Bengals today.
Who Do You Love? Brought to you by McDonald's.
He's back, and the loving is greater than ever. Monopoly at McDonald's. Now's your chance to score 50s, 100s, or a cool million. Shop till you drop with a $5,000 gift card from Target. Win a chartered flight on a Cessna jet for you and your crew. Or a one-on-one experience with LeBron.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's Mr. Monopoly!
Welcome back.
You too.
Let's play this game.
Fast on a rough road riding, twisting, turning further from my home. And when it's done, believe that I will yell it from that mountain high.
Truck guys, as dependable as the trucks they drive. Chevy Silverado, from the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road.
One look, twice over, 3, 4 on the way she looks at me, held up, left down. She sings me silent melodies. I don't you tell me no truths, I wanna holler your lies. Don't you tell me no truths, I wanna holler your lies.
Hey, look, he's the State Farm guy.
Hans and Franz?
You pumped up our wallets with the discount double checking, so we want to pump you up.
Sorry, what?
Pull us, you flapping loser!
You'll thank us later.
Row your boat.
Gently down the loser stream. Doesn't this hurt?
Not with those puny arms.
It's a start.
Yeah, not bad.
Really?
Pump up your savings with a discount double check. State Farm.
Sprint has done it again. First, there was the Sprint Family Share Pack. A family of 2, 4, or even 10 gets unlimited talk, text, and 20 gigabytes of data to share with the entire family for only $100 a month. That's double the high-speed data of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Double the data. And now check out Sprint's new unlimited plan. Individual lines of unlimited data, talk, and text at just $50 a month per line. Our lowest price ever. $100 a month for the family, $50 a month for individual lines. Sprint, it's the best value in wireless.
The voice that first rang out in a shower or a basement must now shine on the voice or face its replacement. Their futures will hang on every note that they sing once they're inside the battle rounds ring. Soon they'll stand before us with the songs they've perfected. No longer alone because now they're connected. Tomorrow night on NBC at 8, 7 Central, see which voice is greater. Brought to you by Sprint, the best value in wireless.
Welcome to Kia's Sunday Night Kickoff.
49ers, Broncos coming up Sunday Night Football. Right now, back to the highlights we go. Arizona and Oakland. Carson Palmer playing against his former team. Second quarter, Palmer to Michael Floyd. Second straight game with a touchdown for Floyd. 14-0 Arizona. Next possession for Oakland, it's Derek Carr to Bryce Butler. This would lead to a Darren McFadden touchdown, so it's 14-7 Arizona second quarter. Second half, 14-13 Cardinals. Palmer to Andre Ellington. Had a season-high 160 total yards today. 5 plays later, Stephon Taylor, second-year pro out of Stanford. 21-13 Arizona, and Bruce Arians celebrates the Cardinals' first 5-1 start since 1976.
Oh, wow.
Is that Jim Hart back then, 1976?
Mel Gray.
Oakland, last remaining winless team in the NFL. Congratulations. Oakland has dropped 12 consecutive games. Kansas City, San Diego, Phillip Rivers, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception during the Chargers' 5-game winning streak. Started the second quarter, Tony, and Jamal Charles being Jamal Charles.
Yes, and Andy Reid keeps reminding himself, I have to get this guy the ball because this is what he can do. He can take it to the house anywhere, and he's tough.
Brandon Flowers, who hit Charles, suffered a concussion. He didn't return. Just before the half, Rivers, Antonio Gates, and the tip drill. 14-10 San Diego. Rivers had 2 touchdowns on the day. Started the fourth quarter. Alex Smith to his fullback, Anthony Sherman. 20-14 Kansas City.
That looks like Jamal Charles.
Under 2 minutes to go, tied at 20. Smith, Dwayne Bowe, one of his 5 receptions for 84 yards.
Smith was huge on this drive.
Here's the rookie kicker, Cairo Santos.
Oh!
He's Brazilian. He used Madden to learn the NFL rules. Undrafted out of Tulane, and he wins it. Chiefs snapping the Chargers' 5-game winning streak. San Diego, a short work week. They're at Denver on Thursday night. Charles, 22 carries, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Here's Coach McCoy after the loss.
No excuses. No excuses at all. We have our football. We have a talented football team, and we got 53 players just like everybody else in this football league, and we got to do our jobs. We have a job to do, and it's 11 guys be on the same page making plays.
Alex Smith taking care of the ball again. As you said, Andy Reid knows how to coach quarterbacks, not making mistakes.
He really does. And Alex Smith was good all day. They controlled the tempo. And then on that last drive when they needed it, he was great. He moved around. He got away from the rush, and he made these big plays. But I think the thing about it is just he gives them what they need when they need it. Not spectacular, but he makes the plays you have to win.
Well, they're making me eat my words right now because
are they a playoff team?
I don't know, Dan, right now.
Okay.
I'm not sure. They almost beat San Francisco. They blew out the Patriots. They beat San Diego. I mean, this is a good
playing good ball.
1 interception last 5 games for Alex Smith. We'll have highlights of the Giants-Cowboys coming up. Back to Bob in Denver. Bob?
Okay, Dan, if you looked at the numbers, you'd assume Jim Harbaugh's job with the Niners is about as secure as it gets. 40 wins in 3+ seasons with 3 conference title game appearances, one of which led to a trip to the Super Bowl. And yet, even as his team comes into tonight's game riding a 3-game winning streak, the ride for the coach has hardly been smooth. There have been reports of friction both in the locker room and in Harbaugh's relationship with general manager Trent Baalke and team CEO Jed York. There's also speculation that the coach's alma mater, the University of Michigan, could make a run for him after the season. At least for the moment, though, the drama has muted somewhat, and it all may turn out just to be noise. Meanwhile, tonight the dynamic coach plots to slow Peyton Manning, one of the most dynamic players in league history. Back to Dan.
All right, Bob, thanks. So what's Jim Harbaugh do to slow down Peyton Manning?
I can give him a hint. Get pressure without blitzing. That's the way you slow him down.
Well, there was a time when, I think Jim Harbaugh probably thought Peyton Manning was going to be playing for him instead of against him. Let's bring back Mike Florio with more on that. Mike?
Yeah, Dan, back when Peyton Manning was a free agent in March of 2012, the 49ers pursued Peyton Manning, and he ultimately went in a different direction, in part because of the wind and the weather at the 49ers' former home of Candlestick Park, but also because, I'm told, Peyton feared that he'd have a hard time coexisting with Jim Harbaugh, who's very intense and competitive and wants to be in control, and basically too much like Peyton Manning. One other note about the San Francisco 49ers, linebacker Aldon Smith was suspended 9 games at the beginning of the season for multiple violations of league policies. I'm told there's a chance he could actually be reinstated sooner than that. Tonight is Game 7, 2 games left. He could be back 1 or 2 games early, Dan.
All right, Mike, thank you. Our final highlight, win over the Giants would give the Cowboys their first 6-game winning streak since 2007. Well, as you might expect, this one turned out to be a great game. Eli Manning hoping to match the team as far as offense goes, but it was Tony Romo. And it's always nice when you have Dez Bryant, and you had a little bit of help with the decoy here with Jason Witten.
Yes, Gavin Escobar was the beneficiary of all that attention on Witten.
So you have Romo to Dez Bryant here. Dez, big start in the second half, and doing this all on his own against that secondary with the Giants. Later in this drive, it's Romo to Escobar again. He had 2 touchdowns on the day.
Excellent route by him on the backside.
Eli Manning to Larry Donnell, and then it's Barry Church with a separation of Church and State and the football there. Romo to Bryant.
Again, boy, great release off the line of scrimmage.
151 receiving yards. And then it's DeMarco Murray. He's in. Giants respond, though. 4th and goal, Manning to the rookie Odell Beckham Jr. 28-21. Cowboys looking to run out the clock, and DeMarco Murray does it again. 7th consecutive 100-yard game start of season. That is a new NFL record. The Cowboys have won 6 in a row, and they will host Washington coming up on Monday night. So DeMarco Murray does it again, and 151 receiving yards for Dez Bryant. He had 136 in the second half. Catherine Tappan is on the field in Dallas, brought to you by the Kia Sorrento. It has an answer for everything. Catherine?
6 wins in a row for the Dallas Cowboys as they continue their impressive momentum on the season. Last week, it was all about the running game against the Seattle Seahawks. This week, the passing game. I asked Tony Romo if this is the most diverse offense that he's had in his tenure in Dallas.
You want to be balanced. That's ultimately what you're trying to do, and I think, when you're able to do that, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense to kind of choose and really not be able to do too much stuff. So we've been able to do that this year, and really it's not about the stats, it's just about getting the win.
DeMarco Murray set an NFL record, 7 consecutive 100-yard rushing games now in a row, beating Jim Brown's record. What can you say about his performance on the field and how much that helps the confidence of the offense?
He's just outstanding. I mean, to be able to, people just don't realize just the mental, fortitude it takes to just consistently bring it every single week. And DeMarco is just playing at an incredible level right now, and I'm excited just to be a part of it.
Tony, coming off a statement win last week against Seattle, how important was it to build on that against the divisional opponent in the New York Giants?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you got to continue to stack wins together. The best players and the best teams put together a high level of play for longer periods of time than other people, and that's what you try and do as a player, and that's what you try and do as a team. And I think ultimately for us, we need to just keep doing that and start over every week. Win this game, start over. Lose the game, start over, and go back to work.
Jerry Jones told me before the team, we shouldn't be the same team we were in Seattle. We need to be better. When I followed up with him after the game, he said, yes, we indeed were. He also commented on the contract situation for Jason Garrett, who is in his final year of his contract situation. He said he will be a Cowboy here in the future. Dan?
All right, Catherine Tappan joining us from Dallas, where the Cowboys will be next Monday night against Washington. Coach's clicker, what are we breaking down here, Coach?
Well, we're going to look at Gavin Escobar's second touchdown and show you that it wasn't all him. Gets a big assist from Dez Bryant. And Dez had the big second half, as you mentioned. He's over here, and because this safety man is so worried about Bryant, he should be in the middle of the field. Escobar is going to run a post, and the safety's not going to be able to help because he's worried about Bryant.
Yeah, and Coach, and this is an excellent route right here, what we call a shake route, and he knows the free safety's over there. Tony Romo does a good job of looking off just a little bit to hold that free safety, and he puts a beautiful pass right there.
But normally the safety should be here, but he's worried about Bryant. That gives Escobar just enough to make this great catch before the safety can get there, give Dez Bryant an assist. And he's over here. I love this. He's celebrating.
He's happy.
But he is a team player. He really is. He wants to see his team do well.
Sunday Night Football coming up. Peyton Manning needs 3 more touchdown passes to break Brett Favre's all-time record. We're back on Football Night in America right after this.
Backup warning system. It takes the drama out of backing up. The Kia Optima.
When change is in the air, you see things in a whole new way. It's in this spirit that ING US is becoming a new kind of company. One that helps you think differently about what's ahead and what's possible when you get things organized. ING US is now Voya. Changing the way you think of retirement.
Bose Sound. For whatever music is to you, the new SoundLink Color Bluetooth speaker.
Watching and streaming football with Xfinity on the X1 Entertainment operating system feels just like skydiving. While following all live scores and stats with the X1 Sports app may not look like skydiving, it will feel just like skydiving. And who wouldn't want to feel like this while they're doing this, but like this? With this, but like this. Make the most live sports more live with the X1 Entertainment operating system. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
You pay your auto insurance premium every month on the dot. You're like the poster child for paying on time. And then one day, you tap the bumper of a station wagon. No big deal until your insurance company jacks up your rates. You freak out. What good is having insurance if you get punished for using it? Hey, insurance companies, newsflash. Nobody's perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Whose Subway is better?
In order to make it in this league, you gotta stay fit with turkey on flatbread.
It's all about power. You need the foot-long oven-roasted chicken with spinach.
Fit and fast.
Power. Speed or power? Rookies.
You just took my sandwich.
Subway protein pack subs power athletes to dominate in whatever they do.
Subway, the official training restaurant of Justin Tuck, Anthony Barr,
Robert Griffin III, and athletes everywhere.
Wednesday, a murder among fashion's elite.
What are you, the fashion police? No, we're the police.
Takes Laura undercover.
Don't wait up.
It's police work, Laura style.
You are suspended. Bye-bye.
The Mysteries of Laura, Wednesday, 8/7 Central, here on NBC.
Xfinity gives you the best seat for every Super Bowl. Now they're giving you a chance to win a trip to NFL Honors in Phoenix. Go to Xfinity.com/best seat to enter.
Sunday Night Football coming up. Broncos getting ready to take on the Niners. But first, we have the best of Week 7, presented by Xfinity. Watch every touchdown from every game with Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Minnesota at Buffalo, 5 seconds to go. Sammy Watkins on the receiving end of the game winner. 9 catches, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns for the rookie. Miami at Chicago. Ron Tannehill, solid outing. The Bears, some infighting after the game. Mike Wallace on the receiving end. This touchdown pass, Bears have lost all 3 home games this season. Cincinnati at Indy. Final score is 27-0. It wasn't even that close. Here's Andrew Luck and another touchdown pass. He ties Peyton Manning's franchise record, 5th consecutive game of 300 yards or more passing. Cleveland at Jacksonville, the Cleveland bubble burst. Blake Bortles to the fellow rookie Allen Robinson. Jacksonville checks into the win column. Atlanta at Baltimore. Flacco threw 5 touchdown passes last week. He only had 2 this week. Torrey Smith, how good is that grab? Baltimore 5-2. They got Cincinnati coming up. They're in first place in the AFC North. Washington hosting Tennessee. Colt McCoy came in for Kirk Cousins, who was benched at halftime. This is his first throw. Pierre Garçon, 70 yards. Washington wins on a last-second field goal. New Orleans at Detroit. Lions came storming back, down 13 with less than 4 minutes to go. That's the game winner, Matthew Stafford to Corey Fuller. Carolina at Green Bay. Packers kept pace with the Lions in the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdowns, including this one to Jordy Nelson. Packers in New Orleans next Sunday night here on NBC. Arizona at Oakland. Carson Palmer against his former team. Cardinals took care of the Raiders. Cardinals 5-1, stay atop the NFC West. The Raiders the only team without a win. Kansas City at San Diego. That's the Brazilian-born Cairo Santos, who learned the game from watching Madden, the game winner. Giants at Dallas. Tony Romo, Gavin Escobar. They hooked up twice on the day. DeMarco Murray goes over 100 yards for the 7th consecutive game. Seattle, St. Louis. If you're looking down at the bottom of the screen at Tavon Austin, look up at the top, because Seattle wasn't. That's Stedman Bailey, and he's gone. Here's Jeff Fisher.
This is the last thing anybody expected. That's why sometimes those things work.
It's not about making the decision. It's about making the decision right.
The worst feeling in professional sports is when you feel like you let your team down.
That's a very sick locker room right now.
You want me to say it again? 3 and 4 is unacceptable.
To be getting booed at home when you're walking off the field down 2 possessions is unacceptable, especially when there's not a lot of noise being made on 3rd down.
Am I going to be going home and happy and smiling on my face? Me? No.
You know, I told him, let's revel for 24 hours, man.
I'm just like a fan watching the game. I may as well be a fan when our defense is out there.
Kurt, Colt, you don't have reps with these guys.
Everybody calls me Kurt sometimes, too.
They called him Kurt.
You can call him Kirk. You can call him Colt. Just call him a starter if you want. All right. It's pretty interesting day today when you consider everything that happened. But I'll get your Subway winners. Subway winners where winners eat here. So who do you have for me?
I have to say the Indianapolis Colts because of how they won. Yes, Andrew Luck, but a shutout. That defense played great.
The Dallas Cowboys winning the old-fashioned way in first place. Running the ball, Dan, and playing good defense.
Today's winners powered by Subway restaurants where winners eat. You coached Peyton Manning for 7 years. Give me a Peyton Manning story.
Well, I love the way he can create touchdown passes. We were playing the Pittsburgh Steelers on a Monday night. Bruce Arians had left our staff and gone to Pittsburgh. And Peyton says, I know he gave Ike Taylor the signals. I'm going to get him. The first play of the game, he gives Ike Taylor a run signal, throws an 80-yard touchdown pass to Marvin Harrison.
You got one? You faced him.
I faced him, and the memory that I have, the 2003 AFC Championship game, and we had the most basic game plan that we ever had, that I've had in 15 years. Cover 2 and jam the receivers. I go in that week, and I'm thinking the coaches are absolutely crazy. No way can we beat Peyton Manning playing that coverage. Well, he threw 4 interceptions, and it taught me one valuable lesson about Peyton Manning. No matter what scheme you put in there, scheme doesn't beat Peyton Manning. You have to physically beat his weapons up, and you have to physically beat him up if you want to win.
And what they did in that game, Dan, they got pressure without blitzing. That's what you have to do.
Who wins?
I'm taking the Broncos by at least 2 touchdowns.
I like Denver and Peyton to throw 3 touchdown passes and break the record.
We'll see you at halftime. Let's go back to Bob Costas in Denver. Bob?
As you know, with 3 more touchdown passes, Peyton Manning enters the record books once again, this time passing Brett Favre as the career touchdown pass leader. It'll be another piece of history for a man who understands and appreciates his sports history in a way few athletes do. So we decided to talk to Peyton about the 7 men who have previously held the record. As a starting point, we selected Washington's Sammy Baugh, the first to reach 100 career touchdown passes.
Slinging Sammy Baugh, Bob, one of my greatest days in my professional sports career was an afternoon I got to spend with Sammy Baugh in Rotan, Texas, about almost 15 years ago. Interesting story how I got there. We flew to Snyder, Texas, and from Snyder to Rotan, we drove in a hearse because there were no rental cars in Snyder. So it's kind of a side story. I did sit in the front seat, though.
You didn't have to lie in a casket.
No, I did not. A lot of records are going to be broken, Bob. One record that will never be broken will be that a quarterback will never lead the league in touchdowns, interceptions as a defensive back, and punting average.
Yep.
Sammy Baugh did that.
After that, the record was held by Bobby Lane.
Yeah.
The Lions, the Steelers, a different kind of guy than Sammy Baugh or yourself.
I never knew Bobby Lane, but my dad knew him and said he was just a fun guy, great charisma. But when I studied about him, I found out what an unbelievable competitor he was. Maybe one of the great competitors of all time at quarterback.
Y.A. Tittle.
Yeah, I've met Y.A. Tittle a number of times. Great picture of him, you know, bloodied on his knees, you know, just kind of tells you how tough he was.
You know, you've kidded about being a football senior citizen approaching 40, but Y.A., because he went bald early, when he was 34, 35, he looked like Father Time. And when you get that picture with his hands on his knees and the blood pouring down, it's like, man.
It makes me feel a little better. When I've studied, he was ahead of his time, threw for 7 touchdowns in a game, and doing it for different teams. It tells you that it was the player. He was a special quarterback.
After Y.A. Tittle, then came Johnny U. He held the record next.
Yeah, I had an evening with Johnny Unitas at a banquet. I presented him with a pair of black high tops. I wore black high tops at Tennessee. And of course, I knew Unitas that we got this picture holding it, and he really liked that. That was very special to me. And arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, and the first pure timing passer.
He finished at 290. Eventually, Fran Tarkenton got to 342, and Tarkenton held the record for a long, long time.
Yeah, I've never met Fran Tarkenton. It's hard to believe. He and my dad are good friends. We've never gotten together, but he keeps up with me, you know, through my dad. And I didn't realize what a great passer Fran was. I knew he was a great scrambler, 6 feet, 190 pounds. And the fact that he threw for so many touchdowns, kind of ahead of his time, and that held for 20 years.
And then comes Dan Marino, and he was the first to go past 400, and it looked like that mark would last for a long, long time.
Yeah, my dad has always been my favorite player. But after he retired, I think you got to have a current favorite player always, and Eli's my current favorite right now, obviously.
Fair enough.
So there you go. But Marino was my guy, and I love the way he competed. I love the way he, you know, managed a game, controlled a game, and to play against him in my very first game as an NFL player was a great thrill. We didn't win, but I remember he hugged me after the game, just kind of said, hey, keep your head up. You're going to play a long time in this league. And I never had forgotten that. I think probably the greatest passer of all time.
And then Brett Favre, no matter how you battered him and knocked him around, he showed up Sunday after Sunday, and he got the record.
Yeah, Bob, I think all players would like to be able to say that they played with as much passion that Brett Favre did. I don't know anybody else can say it. I hope you could say that about me. I'm not sure it does justice to Favre, because nobody had more passion than he did. If I wasn't studying film, there was a game on TV. I mean, Favre was the guy that you wanted to watch play, and there'll never be one quite like him. I'm no different than anybody else. I had my heroes, and I had my favorite players. And so, but, you know, to spend some time with a Johnny Unitas or Sammy Baugh, after knowing about them, those were important parts of my life.
No active quarterback, not Tom Brady, not Drew Brees, is anywhere close to Manning on the career touchdown list. So if he stays healthy and if he wants to keep playing, there's at least a pretty good chance that when he hangs it up, the mark could actually be in excess of 600. Meanwhile, in 5 games this season, Manning has thrown for 15 scores. So if he simply maintains that pace, the record will fall tonight. They're almost ready for kickoff here in Denver. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, and Michelle Tafoya standing by. Carrie Underwood as well. 49ers and Broncos coming up. Enjoy the game, everybody.
This has been Kia's Sunday Night Kickoff.
Can you see me?
No.
You're not a Grim anymore.
There's nothing scarier than the evil he can't see.
You need to be careful.
Grim premieres this Friday, followed by the premiere of Constantine here on NBC.
It's hard to love those morning routines.
Come on, buddy, let's get up.
They don't always go as planned. But after the shoes are tied and the lunches are packed, we strap in and move forward. It's the Cincinnati way. That's why Mark Hayes, Lisa Cooney, Randy Rico, and Kyla Woods keep things simple so you get what you need and go. Your day can be better when you know what to expect. News 5 Today, leading the way. Weekdays before the Today Show.
Do you remember everything?
Yeah. Wait, forgot my homework.
The Chevrolet Malibu, ranked highest midsize car in initial quality by J.D. Power.
Got it.
And comes with stop-start technology.
Wait, hang on. My glasses.
Saving fuel for when you're actually moving.
Seriously?
Right now, sign and drive this 2015 Chevy Malibu for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 do-it signing. See your Tri-State Chevy dealers.
Dedicated bankers born to go the extra mile.
You've been such a big help.
That's what I like to do.
So you can choose a bank where helping people comes first. Chase, so you can.
Bruce Lee proved might can be light, conviction, creativity, courage. This is the Mazda way. It's why Car and Driver says Mazda is punching above its weight. Kelley Blue Book says they're fuel efficient, reliable, and offer strong resale value. And for the second year straight, Mazda is KBB.com's lowest 5-year cost to own brand. What do you drive?
We're behind the scenes of The Blacklist, Monday at 11.
Spanish language audio for tonight's game is provided by Telemundo Sports.
Anything can happen between now and the end of the game tonight. Catch every moment of the action with NFL Mobile on your smartphone, exclusively from Verizon.
In Denver tonight, great anticipation. Will Peyton Manning make NFL history as his Broncos beat the 49ers on Sunday Night Football? Could not have a more perfect night in the Rockies. 68 degrees, clear skies in Denver. And what a matchup as Colin Kaepernick leads the San Francisco 49ers into Denver to take on Peyton Manning and his Denver Broncos. And will he reach the magic number tonight on Sunday Night Football. Al Michaels, Chris Collins with Michelle DeFoya. Welcome to Denver. What can you say? I mean, he is the ageless wonder. He's 38 years old. He's been a Bronco now for a little less than 2.5 years. He has a record of 30 wins and 7 losses, and tonight he stands on the verge of breaking one of the most iconic records in the National Football League, career touchdown passes, currently held by Brett Favre. 2 to tie, 3 to break it. Chris, we've been thinking about Peyton for a lot of years. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
First thing is always I would have loved to have been his teammate. He has a way of making everybody around him better. But secondly, his sense of history, probably because of his father and his family, I would assume. But he also has a way of creating history, and we may get a little bit of that tonight.
Tonight he goes up against the 49ers. So much buzz and chatter all season long about Jim Harbaugh. Will he stay? Will he go? They've shrugged it off. They won 3 in a row. What do you expect from the 49ers?
Well, first of all, no defense wants to have records set against them. This is a team that comes in as a touchdown underdog, but they're very proud. They're very tough. They've been to 3 straight NFC championship games. This is going to be a battle tonight.
And your take on the Broncos tonight?
So many stars we could talk about. Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas, Von Miller. But tonight, it's Peyton's show and his run at history, and we're glad to be here.
Will it be a history-making night at Sports Authority Field in Denver? 49ers, Broncos on Sunday Night Football.
Waiting all day for Sunday night.
Follow your favorite teams all season long. Go to iTunes.com/NFL. Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Verizon XLTE on America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. And by Kia Motors. Visit Kia.com to learn more. And in high definition by Navy Federal Credit Union, serving the armed forces and their families.